Chapter 2. Life in Florence. Year of 1805. Florence of Italy, a city of art and creativity, music and architecture, where the sun beats down on hot days, but with immense beauty on the Tuscan landscape. Among the tiled houses, an open window sang with sound, music of a frivolous piano piece of study and practice. It was a child playing Mozart, a simple yet beautiful sonata, perfect for the young boy learning the instrument. Matteo, 9 years of age, sat for strides of time to practice. He loved it, but it was hard to concentrate at times, as his 2-year-old brother, Marco, fussed. The toddler did not enjoy nap time, and the whole house heard of it. Eventually Marco quieted, after being ordered to sleep. Matteo continued through his piano studies with a sigh of relief, but then Carolina called from downstairs. "Matteo, Violante is here. Time for your studies." "Coming, Mama." Matteo got up from the piano bench. He went downstairs to the desk with books. Violante entered the room and pulled up a chair beside him. She tutored his studies as there was much to learn between math and language. Latin was a subject of utmost importance to Violante. Matteo listened well, but in honesty would rather be at the piano. It was, in fact, that the Carcassi family was quite musical. Salvatore had taken up crafting guitars in recent years, traveling much to Naples. Matteo's grandfather, Tommaso, and granduncle, Lorenzo Carcassi, were gifted violin luthiers back in the mid-1700s. The two brothers worked together, having studied the art under Giovanni Battista. Sadly, Matteo never got to meet them. Salvatore also once told Matteo that he had a great-great-grandfather that built guitars, also named Matteo. It was what inspired Salvatore to take up such work and name his son after. Matteo enjoyed all of the stories about his family. It made him happy to have interest in the art of sound. Salvatore's brother, Vincenzo, came to the home each week to give Matteo piano lessons. Vincenzo had tried to build instruments like his father, but he lacked the skill. He still had enough knowledge to teach music. Matteo enjoyed his uncle's sufficient instruction at the keys. Each lesson pleased the boy. Violante had worries, though, as Matteo being the eldest son, it would be common practice for him to join the priesthood. Violante didn't want to fail in preparing him, so put extra work into his religious studies. Matteo always became antsy near the end of the session. She let him go back to his music once the schooling was finished. Violante then went to Carolina, finding her in the kitchen. Her belly was heavy in pregnancy, making her appear all the busier in cooking. "Carolina, how do you do?" Violante helped her with the meal prep. "Very well. How is Matteo getting on with his studies?" Carolina simmered some potatoes. Violante explained, "That is why I want to speak to you." "Oh, is he not doing well?" "He is doing well. It is just that I worry about his concentration. He loves music, but I feel it will hurt him once he must learn the ways of his true calling, as he is your eldest son." "Dear Violante, you have no need to worry. He is young, and if it's the priesthood you are worried about, the time will come. It is still years before he must start his thorough studies. He doesn't even know of it yet. Let him be a child, as long as he can." "You are right," Violante nodded, "but I do wish there was something to help him prepare, just to keep his senses in line." "I'll talk to Salvatore on the subject," Carolina nodded. "Would you like to stay for supper?" "I must go for tonight." "Grazie for speaking. I shall be back tomorrow." Just as Violante went to leave, Salvatore was coming in. They greeted upon their coming and going. Once in the house, Salvatore tossed his coat aside and sat at the supper table to relax. Carolina came to the table. "Violante spoke to me about Matteo." "What did she say? Something bad? Is Matteo causing trouble?" Salvatore sensed suspicion. Carolina continued, "No, just that he seems to like music very much, and Violante is worried when the day comes when we must tell him he is to join the priesthood." "That is all she is worried about?" An easy answer right now. Let the boy join the choir. Music, and within his future occupation. It's perfect. Salvatore felt he solved all of the moment's problems, just as any father would. Let us speak with him at supper. Carolina smiled at the idea of her little boy singing holy music with his soft voice. She finished gathering supper together. Once setting the table, she got Marco from his nap and called Matteo to the table. He was, of course, in the middle of piano practice, but was eager to sit with the sweet-smelling bread and baked potatoes. Pasta, of course, as well. Once everyone got their plates filled, Carolina asked Matteo, "How would you like to join a choir? They have rehearsals a few times a week." "I'd love to. I think it would be fun to learn from a choir." Matteo tried to sing some. Salvatore and Carolina chuckled. Marco teased, "You need more practice." Matteo blushed, but felt excited to try it out. He wondered where it would lead him in his hopes for doing as much in music as he could. Deep inside, he hoped his father would bring home one of those beautiful guitars from his shop. Just as Matteo was lost in thought, Carolina suddenly winced as if something was wrong. She sensed something, so told Salvatore, "The baby is coming." Salvatore rushed to his wife and helped her get to the bedroom. He then grabbed a coat to run for the doctor. Before he left, he instructed the children, "Stay here and finish eating. I will be back in a second." He sprinted off. Marco began playing with his food as soon as he was gone. Matteo gave a sigh and continued eating, knowing it was going to be a long night.